UK's Armed Forces Minister has warned the shadow of war looms as Europe must be prepared to deter Russia, he says. Al Khans believes Britain is rapidly developing plans to prepare the whole country for the possible outbreak of conflict. The Ministry of Defence has also revealed the level of hostile intelligence activity against the armed forces has jumped by more than 50% in the past year alone, with China, Russia and Iran said to be the worst offenders. This all comes after the NATO chief Mark Rutte yesterday urged allies to prepare for a scale of war our grandparents or great-grandparents endured. Our military analyst Sean Bell has been looking at the threat posed by Russia.
For the past 80 years, NATO, a US-led NATO, has provided the foundation of our security blanket in both the UK and Europe. In the post-Cold War era, for the last 35 years, the UK has been involved in wars of choice, expeditionary warfare moving around the world. But also in that period, we've seen defence budgets go down to about half the level that they were in the Cold War era, and in some cases in Europe, even lower. America kept its spending about the same, and therefore increasing tensions that the US was funding the security environment for Europe. When Russia invaded Ukraine, which is not a NATO country, that simply exacerbated tensions. So what is the Europeans to the word Europe? But it's not the United States of Europe. It's a bunch of individual countries, each with different language, different culture, different priorities. As a result of which, the key countries, the key powerhouses within Europe are the UK, Poland, increasingly Germany, and also France. Individually, they're quite vulnerable. Collectively, enormously powerful. So the challenge is, how do these collectively, Europe and particularly these countries, cover off the huge gaps in military capability? Good example of that is, for our nation, control of the air and control of the seas is fundamental for an island nation. In the war in Ukraine, they did not have control of the air. As a result, Ukrainian forces are pummeled from the air and the ground, and they end up in a very dangerous war of attrition. In World War II, this was particularly marked. The UK, that we had about 400 squadrons at the time. We had nearly 100 squadrons involved in the Battle of Britain. Today, there are less than 10 squadrons available. Gives an illustration of how vulnerable we are.